How do you know if you're late to a trend? Now, people want to join trends not just because it's cool. I mean, it is cool, but the main reason is because when you're creating content, a trend is the perfect time for your audience to listen to you. Now, why is that so? Because they're paying very close attention to what is happening, and this is when the remix culture happens. Yes. What is the remix culture? That's when you take one piece of original content and you change it up by changing the copy, the style, or anything else, but you're still keeping the same context of that original content. Now, this is how memes are actually born in the first place. The messaging is different, but you use it in the same situational context all the time. You see this remix culture a lot in social media, especially on TikTok, which is the home of all the many famous trends that you know right now, right? But what happens when a brand joins a trend way too late? Okay, not even way too late, just a little bit late. They get called, oh, you're a failure. Oh my God, this campaign is too cringy. Oh no, you're trying too hard. How do we make sure that doesn't happen to you or the brands that you're handling? When creating content to trends, you need to know that there are two different types. Okay, one of it is a short-term trend, and another one is a long-term trend. Short-term is news-centric, and there's a higher chance of you being late to the game. Why? Because hello, please. Caroline, you want to be part of It's a Wrap, right? I'm recording this.
Okay, bye, thanks.
Later she cut my pay, never mind. Because for many companies, there are many different levels to clear before your content can get out there into the whole wide world. Because of advances in technology, news gets to us 24/7. The media is a very saturated place. If something does go viral or trendy, it will only last for a very short time, let's say 2 weeks? Some brands that have done an amazing job at riding on short-term trends is IKEA Singapore. Somebody stole a bench from the what is that? The bus stop. And then they made an ad out of it that says something like, you don't have to steal a bus stop bench anymore, you just have to buy this from IKEA. Another brand that's really good at this is Spotify. So you know how popular Spotify Wrapped is, right? All of you can't stop posting about it on your Instagram and social media, right? Yeah, and CVP did it too. We replicated that whole thing and it was... Did you get that? That was cool. Long term is usually more complex and deeper topics. Now, these are topics that people care about very deeply, or topics that run deeply in our culture. So what are some examples of some long-term trends? Okay, usually they cover transformation, social causes, and cyclic topics. So let's talk about transformation. Now, one of the biggest transformation topics that people are talking about is digital transformation. So one of the clients that we work with, Asia Development Bank, actually did an amazing podcast called Tech for Impact. Now, for this podcast, what they do is address how companies and different speakers are using technology to push companies forward and prepare for the digitalization that's happening. So this is a podcast that people won't just care about today, tomorrow, but it's a podcast that people will care about for the decade to come. Now it's for social causes. Now, one of the clients that we work with is KPMG. They did a whole video for International Women's Day. And for cyclic topics, there's music and fashion. For example, let's take The Weeknd. His songs are retro inspired. Like, what's that song? Yeah, Blinding Lights. As you can see, music or fashion goes in trend and comes back many years later. Yeah, so that's considered long-term too. To sum it up, short-term and long-term trends will do your content and your company good. Just because you can't get content out for short-term trends on time, that doesn't mean that your company is not going to be successful at your marketing campaign or whatever. So just do whatever suits your processes, okay? Keep this in mind. It's not gimmicky to join in trends, because if a lot of people are talking, they're talking for a reason. And it's not just for some gimmicky shit all the time. That's all for It's a Wrap. Thank you very much. Goodbye. 1、2、3
It's a Wrap!